Blog Talk Radio.
Broadcasting from Cincinnati, you're listening to the Ringside Reporter podcast. All the news from the world of boxing right here.
Well, I'm talking to you the way I want to talk to you.
Now, here's your host, Eric Lorda.
Welcome to a special Thursday edition of Ringside Reporter podcast. A lot of news this week, Beeb. A lot of news going on. Beeb, how are you feeling today?
I feel great, man. I feel like
good.
a million.
I like the shades.
Thank you, man.
Love
I feel like it. I feel like $1 million right now, man. I'm flying high.
It must be sunny in Boston today.
It is, but this weather's driving me nuts. I woke up this morning. It's like 65. So I said, "Wow, it's nice and bright and sunny out. I'm gonna go for a walk after work." So I start going for a walk, and then it goes down to like 50, and it's windy out. And I'm sitting there saying to myself, "What's going on here? Why couldn't it just stay 60?" Like we have no spring anymore in New England. You guys have the spring over there right now? What's the temperature over there?
It's like 80 today. It was like 80 today. It was very nice out today.
Are you fucking kidding me?
It was raining at certain points. We actually had to cancel practice today too, so it was like, oh man. But it has been rain. It has rained for the past 3 or 4 Thursdays in a row. I mean, it's insane.
So what's the average temperature been like over in Ohio right now?
Overall, I mean, it's been in the 70s. It's been about the 70s, I think.
And then we're still getting 50-degree temperature over here, and it's May. Cut the crap.
Yeah, we get that from time to time, but not like it's kind of where you were in shorts one day and then you're wearing a jacket the next. We've had those that type past few weeks, a couple of weeks ago. But overall, it's been pretty consistent lately. It's been like in the 70s and stuff. So I think like the winter is finally like out.
Wow.
And then we're going to get some consistent temperatures. But the worst part is like this time of year, just the rain, man. Just the rain comes
Yeah,
down.
we had a lot of rain too this year. It's horrible.
Yeah. Yeah, all this time, spring, all the time in the spring this happens.
It rained yesterday too.
Yeah. All right, let's get to it here. The big news, by the way, we are taking phone calls today. No Skype, but phone calls. So if you want to call in, 323-870-3857. The big news, Shawn Porter versus Errol Spence is apparently like uber close to happening. I mean, it's very close to happening. They're saying August 3rd is possibly August 3rd or September 1st. They're not sure which one yet. I think they're still working on it. The number I keep hearing is August 3rd. The fight will take place in Brooklyn, from what everybody's saying. And the big news, I think this is the biggest news of everything. It's going to take place on Fox, free TV. That is a unification fight on free TV. And I'm not talking free like Showtime free, where you still got to buy cable and buy subscriptions, or ESPN, free, where you got to buy the, cable to have it, because you can't just buy a TV. Fox. Babe, how great is this?
Well, and all the people complaining about the Spence Mikey Garcia pay-per-view. Well, this fight right here is payback for that, then, huh?
Yeah,
it's an even trade-off because, in my opinion, and I think you may agree with me, I don't want to put words in your mouth. This is a better fight. It's a much better fight.
I think it's a better fight. I do think it's a better fight. But the other thing is too. Listen, man, hindsight's always 20/20.
Of course it is.
All right, hindsight's always 20/20. So when we saw the Garcia Spence fight, everybody was like, "Well, how could you pay so much for that? X amount of dollars for that, or $80 for that? That was a terrible fight. Why would you even put that on pay-per-view?" There were so many Monday morning quarterbacks there. It's just like, dude, everybody was willing to pay for that fight until after you see the fight. And then all of a sudden it's a mismatch. It was what we thought it would be, and this and that. Look, I mean, you can't go wrong with this. This has got to be the biggest fight, not even of this year. This has got to be the biggest fight in quite some time on free TV. Yeah. So yeah, man, that's That's pretty crazy. And I love the fight. I love the matchup. I think Spence wins, and I think Spence wins. I think Spence wins pretty handily, and I think we're going to be surprised about how he handles Shawn Porter. Shawn Porter didn't look that great in his last fight against Ugas. A lot of people thought he lost the fight.
I did. I thought he lost the fight.
You know,
I thought he lost it clear too. It was a competitive fight, but I thought it was a clear loss.
Yeah, I mean, I did too. It was definitely a clear loss.
No disrespect to him. I just thought it lost the fight.
I mean, anyway, I thought it was a clear loss. Some people differ, but listen, the bottom line is he won the fight, so he'll be fighting Spence. How is he going to fight Spence? I mean, let's face it. How's he going to fight him? If he comes in, he's going to get demolished. If he fights his normal linebacker style and tries to come in and bombard him with punches and everything, he's going to get demolished. He's not going to outbox Spence. That's why I think we're going to be surprised to see how easily Spence handles this fight. Not that it's not a good fight. Not that it's not a fight I don't want to see. It's just my prediction. It's just my prediction. I mean, and B, I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty good at predictions, right? I mean, I am still the champ, yeah?
Yeah, you're the champ. I mean...
Go ahead and say it.
For now, you're the champ.
That's it. That stung.
You're the champ for now.
But yeah, man, I thought that I think that's a great fight. I can't believe it's on Fox. That's my favorite part about the whole thing. This is legit free TV. All right, I can just go to Best Buy, pick up a TV, bring it home, and watch it that night. I don't have to have cable hooked up. I don't have to have anything hooked up. This is as free as you're going to get. All right, so that's what I love about it. Notorious VC just said hashtag iGate, referring to Beeb's sunglasses.
Put it back on me. They think I got a black eye. I want to show them I don't have a black eye. I'm undefeated right now. I haven't taken an L since the doctor slapped me in the ass when I was born.
Boy, I tell you what, everybody took an L that day, didn't they?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's the big news, man. Fight taking place in Brooklyn. I would like to see the fight take place somewhere else, to be honest with you. Neither guy is from Brooklyn. But I guess what they're trying to do is make Brooklyn kind of like the new Vegas. Beeb, am I on the right track there?
Yeah, I mean, Brooklyn seems to be paid. They must be putting up a lot of money to get these fights. They must be doing something right because they're getting all the fights now. So.
Yeah, well, doesn't the PBC have like a contract with them or something like that, where the fights take place in the Barclays? I think with Brooklyn Boxing or something. I mean,
I think they have some type of deal going on with them right now.
Yeah, I thought it was some type of agreement like that. So yeah, man, I think that's pretty good. Let's move on to another topic here, man. Vasyl Lomachenko and Luke Campbell are set for the WBC title. All right. This is odd. This is a very odd thing to me anyway, because typically you don't see this. And I'll explain it because when you're a champion, say, of the WBA, you're not ranked in any other organization. All right. You're not ranked anywhere in any other organization. All right. So it was supposed to be Devin Haney. Devin Haney was it Devin Haney? That was a strong push.
There was a couple people they were talking about.
Yeah.
Teofimo Lopez wanted to fight too.
Yeah, that's right. He sure did.
He was in the loop too. There was a couple. There's someone else too.
Yeah, and some really good. I mean, that would have been some really good matchups there. But here they give it to Vasyl Lomachenko, who's already a champion.
Yeah.
And they want to unify the belt. I get it. And do I have a big problem with it? Nah, not really. But that's not the way it's supposed to go down. You're supposed to have two contenders fight. Suleiman, yes, we are taking calls. You're supposed to have two contenders fight, and I don't understand the logic here. I mean, again, I get what you're doing. I understand what you're doing. I understand that you want to unify it, but typically two contenders fight for that belt, especially since Lomachenko's not ranked in any of the sanctioning bodies because he's the champion. You don't see this. How could he just jump over everybody and become the not the mandatory, but he's fighting for a belt. And I was talking to Beeb about this, and he brought up the Vladimir Klitschko thing with the WBA. And I believe like that was like his organization, much like Floyd's was the WBC. He was really, he liked that organization or whatever, and I think they really supported him and that kind of thing. But that's a big name guy with a big name fight.
I got another example for you too. Sure. I don't know if you remember this. When Adonis Stevenson was WBC champion and Sergey Kovalev was WBO champion, Mauricio Suleiman mandated him to fight Kovalev, Adonis Stevenson, but then Kovalev ended up fighting, I believe, Bernard Hopkins instead. So he passed on it because he didn't like the money. So back in the day, if you were a champion, you couldn't be ranked in another organization. But Mauricio Suleiman was being interviewed this week by Boxing Social. I guess he called him up, and he was interviewing him, and he said, well, technically when we have our ratings, we have the other champions listed on our rankings, so we can mandate our champions. We could order mandatories for our fighters with the other champions if we choose to, because we have them listed as champions in our rankings. But back in the day, when it was Jose Suleiman and all the other sanctioning bodies, you wouldn't. If you had a belt in another organization, you couldn't be mandated to fight another champion. Mm-hmm. So I think the WBC changed that rule a couple of years ago.
Yeah, it's just it was weird to me. It struck me, like I said. I mean, I don't mind the fight. I think Lomachenko beats Luke Campbell. I mean, I like Luke Campbell a lot, but I think Lomachenko just walks completely over him.
Yeah.
So where does he go then? I mean, I thought the best move for Top Rank would have been Teofimo Lopez fighting Campbell. Then, of course, Lopez, would be slated to beat him, you would think, and then him fighting Lomachenko if that's the move he wanted to make. So I was actually really surprised at this move from a Top Rank point of view. They have Lopez and they also have Lomachenko. So I was really surprised that was, that happened, and they had, set up that fight versus the Teofimo fight. But who knows? Maybe they tried to do the Teofimo fight. Maybe he wanted a little bit more money. Maybe he wanted a little bit more of this or a little of that. Who was it? It was either him or Devin Haney said there was no way they were going to go to England to fight Luke Campbell. It was one of those guys.
I can't remember who it was.
Yeah, I can't remember either, but that was the big deal. They didn't want to go to the UK to fight him. Lomachenko said, hey, I got no problem. I'll go right over there now. And I think that may have been the reason he got the fight, because that fight will be big in the UK. They love Luke Campbell, and they love their fighters. That fight will be big in the UK.
Yeah.
It won't be big here. Wouldn't be, they couldn't just go to Staples Center and sell this thing out. But it'll definitely be big in the UK. So, what are your thoughts on this fight? I mean, is this I'm not trying to be mean here, but I like Luke Campbell, and I know you like him as well. Does he really stand a shot here with Lomachenko?
He's got a style that can make it interesting.
Okay.
Because he's a real good boxer, and he's pretty quick, and he's athletic too. And he can counterpunch a bit. But obviously you'd have to favor Lomachenko heavy in the fight. But Luke Campbell may stick around for some rounds. I mean, he's not going to get blown out of there like in 5 or 6 rounds. He could go the distance. He can make it interesting. He can win a couple rounds here and there. But he's a tall guy too. I thought he had a great fight against Linares. That was a very close fight too. That could have gone either way. Mm-hmm. But I think Linares, by the time Lomachenko got to him, maybe faded even more so than that Linares that fought Campbell. And Campbell's still kind of young in his prime, so it should be interesting. I don't think it's a horrible fight. Would I have liked to see Teofimo in there instead? Absolutely. Would I have liked to see Richard Comey in there with him? Yeah, absolutely. But maybe we're going to end up seeing Richard Comey and Teofimo fight for the vacant IBF title.
That's what Centurion Son in the chat said. That's a very interesting fight, Teofimo versus Richard Comey.
That's a great fight.
That's an interesting one, right?
It's a really fun fight.
Wow, yeah, that's a good fight, man.
I don't hate that at all.
Solid fighter, yeah. Combie's a very solid fighter. So, yeah. Notorious VC said Loma sold 10,000 tickets with Crawler. Think he could do a similar number with Campbell. Loma's marketed. Maybe.
I do.
Maybe. You know, but this fight is going to be huge in England, so it doesn't really matter. I mean, they'll sell it. They're going to sell a lot of tickets for this in England.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know where it's going to take place. I don't know if a venue's been set. I just don't know. But yeah, wherever it's going to set place in England, it's going to sell out for sure. That's a big fight. So this is an interesting one. This is an interesting one. Oscar De La Hoya said that he would love Canelo and Spence because Spence had said something about he wanted to fight Canelo or he could possibly move up. Oscar said, "I'm letting you know that we love the fight as well, and I've always said that Errol Spence is one of the most talented fighters out there. There's no reason why Spence can't move up to middleweight if Mikey Garcia can go up from lightweight to welterweight to fight Spence. And if Spence fights Canelo, it will be the most money Errol Spence will ever make. I would love to start the ball rolling. Let's do it. We just want to get Canelo the best fights and the toughest challenges out there." That's a direct quote from Oscar De La Hoya. Interesting. It's interesting. It's an interesting fight. I don't think, you know what? As crazy as it sounds, I think the fight could happen. I don't know that it will happen, though. I think Spence has got definitely business to attend to now. But so does Canelo. You know, he's got stuff too. But that's that's a money fight. That's a big money fight, no, Beeb?
Yeah, that's a very good fight. It is a big money fight too. The rumor is they were supposedly offering him $20 million, and then he was he was asked about it, and he said, "Well, never take the first offer." Yeah. So I don't know. 20 million is a lot of money, but again, we'll see what happens.
20 million. It's a ton of money.
Imagine that.
I can't. Yeah, 20 million to go in there and fight him. And, look, man, that's not a walkover fight for either guy.
No.
That's a really good fight.
No. I think Spence would give him a run for his money.
I think so, too. I think that you'd have to favor Canelo in that because of the weight difference. But Spence, he spars with middleweights. He spars with the Charlos or whatever. So, yeah. That's a good fight. But do you think it happens anytime soon, or do you think it's just hype? I don't think it happens this year. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility next year. Because if Spence beats Porter, and then what's left? The WBC belt. So he'll have the WBC belt. And who's the WBO champion right now? Crawford. So he's gonna have a hard time getting Crawford. He's gonna have a hard time getting Keith Thurman. So if he can't get the Thurman or Crawford fight, then maybe he would go up and fight Canelo for $20 million. Who knows? That's the thing. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Raphael Dawkins just said he thinks it happens before the Crawford fight.
It could.
Very well could.
That's what I'm saying. Because he's not going to get Crawford, and he's not going to get Thurman. Thurman's never going to fight him.
And he said shrink Canelo down. Yeah, Canelo ain't coming down, son.
No, it's going to be at middleweight.
Will be at Canelo weight. Whatever weight Canelo deems appropriate, that's what the weight's going to happen.
It'll be at middleweight.
Man, it is what it is,
It'll be at middleweight.
Yeah. And I think that, like I said, man, Spence has got a middleweight frame, and I don't know that he would be that much smaller than Canelo.
No.
But I don't know. Raphael Dawkins says, "Come on, son."
It'll be. De La Hoya said it'll be at middleweight. He already said it.
Yeah, he's not shrinking down, son.
He already said it.
There ain't no way.
Oh, the Porter fight's happening. Porter fight's going to happen.
Has that been confirmed?
No, Jerome King said he should take the Porter fight. I saw a fight poster. I saw a fight poster already tweeted out. I don't know if it was fan made or not, but it said August 3rd, Barclays. I retweeted it, and then I put it on my Facebook too. I don't know if that's just a rumor, but
I think it's also nothing's been confirmed yet. Yeah, just to get that straight. Nothing's been confirmed yet, but
I thought it was. I thought it was, but
it's real close to being signed.
It's real close, yeah.
And it's only like when we say confirmed doesn't mean listen until you have a venue. Until they they say, hey, it's happening, it's signed. Once it's signed, boom, that fight, take it to the bank.
That could be announced by the end of the week or probably the beginning of next week.
Yeah, it absolutely could be, for sure.
I'm not complaining about that fight.
Man, how about that? That is something else, isn't it?
Beautiful fight.
All right. So we were talking about the Canelo fight, and we were talking about the Canelo fight last week. This is actually kind of funny. So we were calling, and they were my train wreck of the week last week, was the DAZN announcers that were all over Canelo's shorts. And Daniel Cormier, the UFC heavyweight champion, Daniel Cormier, tweeted out the following and got into a Twitter war with Sergio Mora. Did you see this, Beeb?
I did. I thought it was fucking hilarious.
It was awesome, wasn't it? Cormier tweeted out, Brian Kenny and Sergio Mora really suck. Canelo won, but Danny fought a good fight, man. They ruined the fight. Canelo and his team just made 2 lucky fans tonight. These dudes, Brian Kenny and Sergio Mora, are truly fanning out. And he is right. And, you know what? Everybody agreed with that. I mean,
oh, yeah.
It was and like I said, man, it's okay. There's a house fighter. I got it. But you don't have to queen out for the house fighter, man. You just announce the fight. You know what I mean? Right?
I like that, queen out.
I mean, seriously, they were fangirling this guy, you know?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh, we already said that. I mean, we were complaining about that. That was horrible.
Right. It was horrible, man. I mean, it was pretty obvious to everybody, you know? Sergio Mora replied back to him, and he says, sorry you thought I sucked, champ. I think your striking sucks. Let me work with you so Johnny Bones doesn't kick your bleep again for a 3rd straight time.
Oh, come on.
Cormier shot right back and said, that's pretty good, Serge. So let me retweet this so people actually see it. You have 10,000 followers. We can't waste good material, can we? You sure didn't have any last night during the fight. So,
I mean, Sergio Mora is trying to go head to head with friggin' Cormier. I mean, come on.
Right.
The guy's an icon in MMA.
Well,
he's an icon.
Yeah, and I mean, not only that. I mean, you know, he's the heavyweight champion. He'll be in the Hall of Fame, no question about it. That being said, Daniel Cormier is an awesome announcer, too.
He's incredible. He's incredible.
He's just in a separate league than
he's
Sergio Mora.
He's a good guy. He's a good guy, too, man.
Yeah, he seems like it. He does. He definitely seems like a down-to-earth kind of guy.
Yeah, I like Daniel Cormier a lot.
I do, too. I really like him. He's not going to fight Brock Lesnar next. Apparently, Brock Lesnar is retiring from MMA. I guess drug test, you know.
Stipe fights better, though.
Well, that's who he's fighting. Yeah, Stipe. He's fighting Stipe Miocic.
Yeah, I'll buy that.
Did you guys know that Miocic is from Titletown? Cleveland, baby. Gucci Kid gives a shout-out to Thug Rose. That's right. Thug Rose is fighting soon. Rose Namajunas. Thug Rose. She's a good
I like her. I like her, too.
She's awesome. Did you see her and Joanna Jędrzejczyk?
I did, yeah. She did a great job, didn't she?
Rose killed her, man. Yeah.
She did a great job.
She's
good for her.
Man.
Good for her.
Yeah. All right, let's run to the phones real quick. 718. 718, you're live.
That's New York.
Yeah, how you doing? How you guys doing?
Suleiman, how are you, buddy?
Yeah, man, I'm just giving you a call. You had a show on today, and you're talking about Shawn Porter and Spence. I think Shawn Porter has underrated boxing skills, man. Everybody's they're not acknowledging that. You know, all I hear is negative response of Shawn Porter. Shawn Porter is a very, very good boxer. He does have that power, that style, that aggressive style, but he has polished that, man. He showed in the last fight. He got unbelievable good head movement. He could box. He boxed circles around that guy. The last guy he fought, the guy wasn't throwing no punches. But from I don't know why, from the media, I'm hearing negative stuff. Ugas didn't hit him with no jabs. He wasn't scoring no jabs in that fight. There's no way that Ugas won that fight. All Ugas did was attack the body in spurts. Okay, he lost the fight. The reason is with Shawn Porter, I don't know how he's getting negative response from people. He's gotta have to get like a PR way of things to polish that off. Also, not only his boxing, he gotta be more like eloquent when he talks. He gotta start talking for his own. Stop having his father do the talking for him, and do other things to build up more skills. To me, I think not for nothing, I think Shawn Porter is a better talker than Terence Crawford. Shawn Porter is more eloquent when he talks, but yet he still gets a lot of negative response. This is what people are saying about the PBC fighters. Some PBC fighters get a lot of push, like Errol Spence, but other PBC fighters like Shawn Porter, they don't get the push like the PR push that Errol Spence is getting. They were counting on Shawn Porter losing that fight with Danny Garcia. That fight could have gone either way, but being that he was victorious in that fight, and he's been victorious against Ugas, now he wants to do a unification fight. Don't be surprised if the fight is much better than what people expect. Don't be surprised he fights much better and possibly defeats Errol Spence. Errol Spence is beatable, man. All these fighters that everybody's hyping, like Errol Spence, even Terence Crawford. I'm looking at the fighting; they're very beatable fighters. Even Alvarez, he fought this weekend. He's very beatable, man. The thing is that the fighter has to be very focused, has to follow a strict game plan, and possibly beat that. Like Danny Jacobs, in my opinion, he could have won that fight, man. He should have came the weight that he signed the contract for, like Beef said, because he lost money, okay? And he lost that money to Canelo and to Golden Boy. He didn't lose it to anybody else. The title wasn't going to be lost if he would have won. But this guy should have followed his objective, to follow the game plan and fight to win. In that fight, at any time he could have won that fight. Last week, one of the other guys called. He said, "Oh, that he has a awesome chin." I don't think Canelo's chin is not that great. Canelo's been hurt several times. I think it's the mesh of punches. Somebody got to hit him like an uppercut, a body punch, like a right combination, and Canelo could be defeated. And people are seeing that. I think Jacobs. He said he's going to move up to 168. I hope it works out for him there. He becomes a much better fighter. They pulled him through the gauntlet, even when he signed with Matchroom, because they put him against undefeated fighters. And he should just keep moving his head up. Keep walking with his head up. There's good things coming in the horizon for him. And Canelo is very beatable. I think Demetrius Andrade could defeat him. Also, Jermell Charlo will defeat him. Jermell Charlo has the right game plan. He's very positive in the ring. He has a positive mental attitude to defeat a guy like Canelo and beat him. The thing is that there's rumors that he's been getting set-aside money, and that's why he doesn't bring up Canelo at all. From some other circuits, I've been hearing that. But if the fight gets made, man, don't be surprised a guy like Charlo, Jermell Charlo could defeat him. Okay, and also big shout out to his younger, the 154-pounder. He's gonna fight also. He's gonna fight this week against Harrison, and don't be surprised he takes that belt back too. Harrison is trying to get him out of his focus, calling him all kind of names. But I don't think Harrison could be able to box Charlo for a second time. What do you guys think about that?
No, I thought that Charlo won the first fight, so to me, it's gonna be kind of an uphill road for Harrison to beat him again.
I thought Harrison won the first fight.
Yeah, that's right. You sure did, didn't you?
Yeah, I had him 115, 113. I thought he beat him.
Yeah, but sometimes people just got your ticket, man. As far as your style goes, sometimes they just have the perfect, plan for that style. I have a feeling though that Charlo is gonna take him this time though. That's just my gut feeling.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna be able to duplicate it, man. And the second time coming along, he's gonna fight a much better fight. And people is riding hard on these Chargers, man. They're attacking them hard from all different angles. But I think that's why they're so aggressive and they're so focused to prove that they're much better than what they are. And then I'm hearing a lot of negative stuff because my favorite fighter, the first Arabic champion of the world, Mahmoud Shah. I think Mahmoud Shah is very talented, man. He has a lot of experience. He brings it into the heavyweight division, and I hear he's gonna they're gonna start taking bids for the fight between him and Trevor Bryan. And if he unifies his gold belts, then it's gonna go down to one less belt, and then after that he's gonna try to fight the gold champion. If the gold champion wins, because he's winning to fight Alexander Ustinov and maybe Danny Dubois. So if he beats him, then all these fighters are gonna be fighting, and then I guess the winner's gonna be they're gonna get a chance to fight AJ and possibly unify. I think he has the mobility, he has the athleticism to become to move up to the super champion if he defeats AJ and fight a better champion. But unfortunately here in New York and in the UK, they're trying to eclipse him and not mention none of his talents, and nobody really wants to fight him. I don't understand. This is a guy that's very popular in Cologne, Germany. And if he would have been in New York City, he'd be the talk of the town, because we have a lot of Arabic merchants here all over the place. We have a big Arabic community here. So I don't understand how come he's getting, people just overlook him like that. Like they say, oh, I don't care about Manuel Chao. I don't understand that, Maybe you could give me some info about that?
Yeah, I don't think he's as popular. I don't think that, to me, but we put Andy Ruiz in there. But Andy Ruiz is a Hispanic guy. Now, granted, he's Mexican. In New York, there's more of a Puerto Rican type of contingent. But I think that Andy Ruiz, just being Hispanic, will draw out the Hispanic audience. And I think that's a bigger audience than the Arabic audience that follows boxing. That's just my take on it. And the other thing is Manuel Char, not really a big name, but I can turn it right around and say Andy Ruiz isn't that big of a name either.
A lot of Arabic people in New York, though.
There is. A
lot of Arabic people in New York.
No question about it. But I think...
I just don't understand how come they haven't embraced them.
We know that Hispanics and Mexicans and Puerto Ricans will sell out a boxing arena. Will Arabic people sell out a boxing arena? I don't know.
Yeah, but Naseem Hamed didn't have that kind of problem. I don't understand. Naseem Hamed didn't have that kind of problem. I don't understand why is he having this problem.
Manuel Char is no
He's pushing hard.
I mean, that being said, Naseem Hamed is like a very flamboyant character. I mean, he kind of transcended all of that. I mean, if you think about it, everybody either wanted to see Hamed win or lose, but everybody wanted to see him, period.
Got to give Manuel Char a chance, though. Come on. Guy deserves a chance, for Christ's sake. He was
flamboyant, but I just want to see this guy, man, at least get a decent chance, man. They're trying to rob his title. Now they're keeping him. He hasn't fought in 2 years, man. They're trying to shut him out, man. You know what I'm saying? Now he's got a title. He's got a bid against Trevor Bryan from Schenectady, New York, he has an interim belt, and they're gonna try to unify those two versions, and then they're gonna see if they can move on to a better fight. You know what I'm saying? But I don't see even him. They don't mention him that much. I don't hear nobody talking about Trevor Bryan. I don't hear nobody interviewing Trevor Bryan. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's interviewing these other fighters. Like even Andy Ruiz is getting much more PR, but Trevor Bryan from New York, from Schenectady, New York, I don't hear nobody clamoring to interview him or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? I guess there's a lot of opportunity for advancement in boxing, I guess. Right?
Yeah, that's the thing. And
thank you for giving me the opportunity.
I think Trevor Bryan, I
would like to see Beeb interview.
Go ahead, Suleiman. Go ahead.
Sorry.
I would like to see you interview a person like Trevor Bryan. I would see which guy he based his style upon. Like I remember you interviewed a couple of famous guys before, like Sugar Ray Leonard and stuff like that. I would like to.
Oh, you remember that? Thank you for remembering that. Yeah. Thank you for remembering that.
That was a great interview. Yeah, I would like to see something like that. Somebody like you, like interview a up and coming fighter like that. He's signed with Don King, and Don King looks like he's taking good care of him. So we would like to see if he's gonna be the next thing in boxing in the heavyweight division. But we need a new star anyway. These other stars are getting old already. There's quibbling between the AJ and Deontay Wilder doesn't want to make this fight. Is getting kind of old already. We want to see somebody overshadow these guys and move on to bigger and better things. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. I know I've been burning for a while, and thank you for having me, providing us with this beautiful show 2 or 3 times a week. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Suleiman.
Thank you,
Suleiman. Appreciate
Suleiman.
it, man. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I think
that was
I
nice.
could probably call some people, Beeb.
Yeah, that was nice of him to
pull
say
some
that.
strings. You could probably hit some of my contacts up.
Lois, can you look up Trevor Bryant's people, please, for us? Thank you. Don't even start with her today, please. Lois,
Just saying. Her?
Lois, can you grab me a Diet Ginger Ale? Thank you.
I didn't know blow-up dolls did that kind of thing.
Enough with the blow-up dolls. She doesn't like that. You heard her feel. Lois, please don't file with Human Resources, please. Give him another chance.
Give him another chance.
All right.
Give him another chance. Oh, goodness. All right, before we go right back to the phones here, another story here. This is another interesting one. We had a lot of news this week, a lot of small news, but a lot of news nonetheless, Beeb. Mike Coppinger, your boy, sources, says Canelo's victory over Danny Jacobs peaked at nearly 700,000 concurrent streams on DAZN, with approximately 600,000 of those emanating from the U.S. The middleweight champion pulled around 1.2 million viewers worldwide. It's a big success for DAZN. DAZN is also apparently doing pretty well financially, according to Sports Pro Media. Let's see here. They said they enjoyed a strong 2018 as the company the net debts fell 93% from $726 million to $50 million. That's a big jump.
That is.
At the end of 2018. DAZN was also up 4 million worldwide subscribers. Last year's DAZN revenue increased 136.2% from 2017 to 2018, hitting $277.6 million overall. The service saw its income from selling advertising rates by 4.4% to $77.2 million. This is a major, that's a big deal. Those are big numbers, man.
Yeah.
Now maybe they can spend some money on production.
Yeah. On the Play Store, I guess there's 5 million downloads. Now, I don't know how many people still have it out of the 5 million, but it's a lot of downloads.
It's a ton.
Yeah.
And how big of a week are they having? They had Canelo Jacobs just recently. Next week, they're going to have the Super Series with Inoue is going to be on there. Josh Taylor. Those are going to be amazing fights, too.
Yeah.
Those are, man, I tell you what, I know I'm tuning in.
Oh, yeah.
I know I'm tuning in for it. So it's tough, man. I tell you what, it's tough to beat. But like I said, man, the one thing is they've got to work on is like their production, in the sense that like get some people in there who know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Get some people in there who know how to call a fight. Get some people in there. You know what I mean? Get Ak and Barak off of there. Get those two clowns off of there. They're over there dressing up dudes and everything like that, and acting like they're the best friends and everything. And you know what? I may be in New York pretty soon, and don't let me catch Ak and Barak out there. I'll tell you that right now. You know
what? Brendan Schaub, he was making fun of DAZN. He said that he was making fun of the announcers. He was making fun of the production. Yeah. He said it was like a high school talent show.
That's what it was. That's seriously what it is.
ESPN Plus is like way better than them in terms of production.
Yes.
And the app is way better too.
For sure.
Now the fights aren't better, but the production and the app itself, and just the user friendliness of the app itself, the way you can navigate, it's just a better app. Looks better, and a lot of people were complaining about buffering.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, that's true. Hey, I didn't even see. I apologize. Let's see. I just missed his text. This is Haman, I believe, and he's calling from the UK. You're live from the UK.
Yes. Yes, Eric. Robbie, Beav, how's it going? It's been a while
doing, man?
since I called in. I think I called in once.
Yeah, absolutely.
How you guys doing?
And I just thank you for texting me. When you call in, definitely text me, and I'll put you right on because I know you're calling from overseas. So yeah, for sure.
Awesome.
Okay, alright. That's okay. I was just wondering, what days do you guys go live? Is it just Sunday and then any other day you're...
Well, Sunday is the regular scheduled show, and then during the week we'll do spontaneous shows when a lot of news happens, or if there's like a breaking story,
Right.
then we'll just do a show.
Okay, so it's
If you're
subscribe to our channel on YouTube.
No, I am. I'm just. No, I am. I'll just get mixed up because I thought for a long time you guys only used to do one show a week. There's nothing wrong with that. The more you content you guys do, the better. I was just getting mixed up because the timing, obviously with the time zone, is a bit different. But
yeah.
I was just wondering, how did you guys score the fight between Canelo and Jacobs?
I had it a draw.
I had a 115. What I have a 115,
Really?
113. I think I had a 115, 113 for Canelo.
Yeah, I thought the fight was close.
I thought that Jacobs made a late surge.
You thought it was close. What about Robbie?
How did he have it? I think he had Canelo win, or no, he didn't watch it. He didn't watch it.
He didn't watch it. He didn't watch it.
Yeah, he doesn't. He doesn't have the zone.
He doesn't have the zone.
He refuses to get it.
All right. I didn't think the fight was that close, man. I mean, Froch on Sky Sports had a 115. I thought Golovkin and Canelo was a closer fight, but I do get some people why they thought it was close, because it was, down the stretch, it was a lot of inactivity from Canelo and Jacobs as well. But I thought it was an okay fight. I don't think it was boring like some people are saying. It wasn't a toe-to-toe fight, but it wasn't the worst fight I've seen. I thought it was like a high-level chess match. I thought the first 6 rounds were very exceptional from Canelo. It was exciting, but I think some people were just disappointed with Jacobs. But I did say that if Jacobs let his hands go, I think he might have got knocked out. That's why I don't think he really traded with him.
Yeah.
And I think maybe he could have done a bit more, but I don't know. The technique of Jacobs looked quite bad. The way he was throwing his punches, he was slapping. I don't think it was that close, but I do think that if Danny Jacobs and Golovkin fight in a rematch, I think Jacobs will probably beat him right now.
Jacobs would
beat. Do you guys agree, or
he would beat? Jacobs would beat Golovkin.
Golovkin. I think at this version.
I don't know about that.
I think that's a toss-up fight. I don't think
because Jacobs is kind of on the downslide a little bit too. He didn't have a great showing against Sulecki. He didn't have a great showing against Derevyanchenko. I thought Derevyanchenko actually beat Jacobs. So I don't know. I love Jacobs. Don't get me wrong, but I think he's starting to turn the corner.
I disagree with that. I don't think Derevyanchenko beat him. I do think.
No, I know. I'm in the minority on that one. A lot of people disagree with me on that one, and I accept that. I accept it.
That's okay. Yeah. No, don't get me wrong. It was competitive. I think Jacobs with the knockdown. I thought he won about 7 rounds with a knockdown.
Yeah.
I had, I think, a draw live in terms of rounds, but the knockdown. I just think Golovkin is on the slide, but I do think it's still a even fight right now. But I do kind of favor Jacobs after seeing the amount of shots he took from Canelo. I'm not too sure if he could still make 160 for much longer, but I do think that if he fights Golovkin, I think GGG is on the slide. I would like to see GGG fight Canelo in a trilogy. Hopefully that's the fight. If they can't make the Andrade fight for all the belts, then I do still want to see that, because I still see people complain about both fights being a robbery or whatever. I don't think the rematch was a robbery. I thought Canelo won fair and square, even though I had a draw. I thought that was a close fight. On rewatch, it was hard to score some of those rounds, but I would like to see a clear winner. And the third fight would probably end in a knockout, I think, for Canelo, most probably.
Yeah, I favor Canelo in the third fight. I think a lot of people do.
I think you'd have to be. That's a pretty clear favorite.
Yeah, another thing is I'm kind of getting sick of all these PBC fighters. Apart from Jared Hood, none of them are willing to actually unify or fight each other. I don't know if it's Al Heyman or if it's the fighters from the PBC, but this is why I've been a critic, and a lot of people have me, because like that fight between Canelo and Jacobs was like I think the only unification we've seen, and that was the biggest fight. It would be good if you could get more of these unifications. It's the same problem I've had with Matchroom and a lot of Eddie Hearn's fighters. He's kind of not on the same level, but he has been kind of slow with unifying some of his champions with other champions, and like I don't know what the deal with Gary Russell is. I think him and Santa Cruz should have fought a long time ago, and I don't think it looks like they're going to fight anytime this year as well.
Yeah.
Have you heard anything about that fight? Or?
No, I don't think that fight's happening. I mean, a lot of people want it, but it doesn't seem like these guys really want to make it happen themselves. At the end of the day, I think the fighters have to want to fight each other. I mean, Al Heyman's their advisor, but if they want to fight, like I said, Mikey Garcia wanted to fight Spence, and a lot of people told him not to do it, and he still did it anyway. So it's up to the fighter, I think.
But don't you see a pattern? Look, Wilder and Joshua should have fought. That hasn't happened. Spence and Crawford, it looks like that's not going to happen. Mikey and Lomachenko, that's another one. I mean, they can't even make Gary Russell and Santa Cruz, and those are both their own fighters.
Yeah.
And even with Charlo and Hurd, that's another one. It looks like they've already Charlo has lost the fight, and that's what's going to keep happening. If you keep trying to marinate to keep it in-house, a lot of these fighters will end up either losing or people will start losing interest. So I do think the PBC are to blame. If you're trying to monopolize and make all the fights in-house, then we're not going to see unifications because, like at 147, even though a majority of the welterweights are in the PBC, I still think Crawford is the clear, arguably the number 1 or 2 in that weight class, along with Spence. So, if they're not willing to work with other promoters, I don't think this problem will go away anytime soon because I don't think it's the same with the other promoters and networks. Like ESPN have managed to work with, Top Rank have managed to work with Golden Boy. Same with Matchroom and Golden Boy as well. So, it's kind of a bad look as well, and especially when you see fans selecting sides as well. So, I don't know. I do think it's the fighters as well, but it's more to do with the promoters. Because if they can't make these fights in house, then that shows that they have no intention of making the fights.
Yeah, it's a bad look when they can't make fights between their own fighters that they have in their stable. That sucks.
Yeah, especially the Gary Russell one.
It's not a good look for boxing.
That's a big one.
Yeah, that's something that should have happened a long time ago. I think that should be easy to make.
Should. I agree.
I don't know if it's Gary Russell now, because he's a very inactive guy, but it's not good when you got a roster full of all the welterweights, and it looks like they still haven't made a unification at 147. Where I am reading that Spence and Porter are going to fight. So
yeah, Spence and Porter are going to fight. That's what we talked about at the top of the show. Fight's very close to being made, so it's almost, from what I understand, a done deal. So
yeah,
I like that fight. I'd rather have seen that than the Mikey and Spence fight. I'd rather have seen Mikey fight Lomachenko. I don't think that was going to happen though. There was a lot more politics involved with that, with Mikey leaving Top Rank. But it's a good step in the right direction. What about Thurman and Pacquiao? Is that off or?
Pacquiao is fighting in October. He's announced he's fighting in October. We don't know who he's fighting, and he has not announced it. It would. I don't think he's going to fight.
I thought Thurman and Pacquiao were meant to fight in July. Or is that off then?
It's not necessarily off because it never started. All I know is that Pacquiao is going to fight in October, and he hasn't said who he's going to fight.
Yeah, there was a story today that said Pacquiao has not confirmed that he's going to fight Thurman. He came out and said that I have not confirmed that I'm fighting Thurman next. So
I think Spence should just try and fight. I think he should try and just fight Crawford because if he's going to wait on Thurman, it looks like Thurman's not going to fight any of the top welterweights anytime soon. Then I think Spence should just try and get a fight with Crawford after he's done with Porter, because unless Pacquiao wants to fight him, I don't think he's going to get another big fight. I don't know if Danny Garcia will want to fight him as well.
Right.
I don't think Spencer has to get all the belts on that side of the street, whatever, as he says. I think even if he just gets one more belt, that should be enough, really. If it's a unification for 3 belts, it's still a big fight. I think even if it's a unification with 2 belts, but I don't know. I don't think that fight will happen until probably 21 or 2. And that's the bad thing with boxing. That's probably the best fight, I reckon, right now in boxing.
Could be.
With Spence and Crawford.
I think so, too.
And it's the same with Wilder. It's the same with Wilder and Joshua. I heard that Wilder said that fight won't happen until 2020. So I think Wilder's clearly the one who's ducking.
Kind of looks that way now, doesn't it?
I don't know if anyone. I don't know how anyone could say Joshua ducked him. The guy ducked 2 offers, contracts, whatever, 15 and what was it, 13 million. Then he turned on the 100 million, and I still see people defending him. But to me, it looks like PBC are trying to keep all their fights in house, and it's not a good look for boxing. The Jacobs Canelo fight, that was good that 2 different promoters came together and made a big unification, but I don't think 2019 will be a good year. I thought 2017 and 2018 were good years, but this will probably be a bad year. You won't be many big fights.
No, I don't know, man. We've already had some big fights. I mean, Spence Garcia was a big fight. Now, it may not have turned out that way, but it was a big fight. Canelo Jacobs was a huge fight.
It was a mismatch.
What was?
That's the only fight. Spence Mikey was a mismatch. I mean,
it was a mismatch.
Pacquiao
But
Bruna.
It was a mismatch
I don't
after
know.
we watched the fight. Prior to the fight, I mean, everybody can be a Monday morning quarterback after the fight, but I'm talking about anticipation going into the fight.
No, when he got me.
What's
those
that?
are people that just got caught in the moment, guys. Those are people that got caught in the moment. I still said Spence was too big and too strong.
I did too.
That fight was no different to Canelo, not Canelo. I'd say Triple G and Brook, and obviously Mikey's better, but it was still a mismatch. I think Fury Waldo's maybe a good fight they made, but after that, I don't think.
So let me ask you: what about the World Boxing Super Series? None of those interest you?
That is good, but that also that had a dip. They didn't have a couple of fights for a couple of months, in it. Yeah, but
from what I understand, they were very close to going under. Yeah, they were very close to going under. Fighters actually started pulling out. Now they couldn't actually pull all the way out because of contracts and everything like that. But yeah, I mean, it was very close to cave in, from what I understand.
Yeah, I think last year the cruiserweight one was really good because that had a lot of momentum. I mean, Dotikos knocked out Kudryashov, and then you had Gassiev and Usyk also in the first round, and then they straight away fought in February, March in 2 very good semi-finals, and then I think the final took a while, but the momentum was still there. I'm still looking forward to the super bantamweight one, but I'm not too sure if that's going to be something that'll be going on regularly because they've had problems with TV deals and that. But if they could make more of those, that'll be a good concept because I think if they're all in a tournament, everyone will have to fight each other. But I don't know if that could happen at welterweight, heavyweight, and some of the divisions where you got so many different promoters. I would like to see a light heavyweight, but I don't know if that's possible at the moment because they already got 3 tournaments going at the moment.
That's possible. All right, my man, we got to head out here. We got to get going and get running. We appreciate your call.
Thanks for taking the call.
From the UK, absolutely. And next time you call, make sure to text me so I can get right to you, man. Calling from overseas. How about that? That's awesome. And what is it? It's 8 o'clock now, so it's close to 8 o'clock. So what is it over there? 2?
2. It's 2 in the morning.
Ooh, my goodness, man. That is something else. 1 a.m. Well, Legendary says 1 a.m. What does he know? All right, 7:06.
5-hour difference, Eric. Come on, man. I always have to correct you. I mean, come on, man. Jesus Christ. It's a 5-hour difference. Come on. It's a 5-hour difference. But I'm glad you corrected that fucking Monday morning quarterback shit. They're acting like PBC never has big fights. I mean, I'm fucking sick of hearing that shit. It drives me fucking mad, dude. PBC has had the best fights this year. If you look at, like, if we're being honest, the best fight this year, action-wise, fight of the year, like, contender-wise, has been Lipinus versus Peterson. There's been no fight that was more action-packed than that fight. Would you agree? Or at least I don't remember it.
I don't know. I mean, action-packed, yeah, that's fine. But, as far as big events go, you got to figure, there's been
Mikey Garcia was the biggest event. That was the biggest event, right? Mikey Garcia was the biggest event.
And Canelo Jacobs is probably the biggest event right now.
And that thing sold 400K pay-per-views, and it was 75 a pop, and 50,000 tickets almost. So that's a lot of money they generated,
Yeah.
And they didn't pay the fucking fighters $50 million almost. So, they didn't pay the fighters like 35 and 10. They probably paid the fighters like 15 and 10 and 10 or 15 and 15 each or something like that.
Probably doesn't
cut
it, son.
Also, huh? What'd you say?
Probably doesn't cut it.
What'd you say, Eric?
Probably doesn't cut it.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
I didn't hear you.
Pay the phone bill.
Pay the phone bill, son.
Pay the phone bill.
That's what happens. He doesn't pay his phone bill.
Dude, shut up. I'm walking around, but
Hey,
did you guys watch
on Twitter?
The Charlo versus
trying to call us out on Twitter saying that we don't report. What was that whack thing he did on Twitter? Did you see the tweet that he put out and says that he put it a list
I said, can we talk about it?
Top rank fights on.
Horrible
and
matches.
Says that basically that we're not calling these guys out. We're going to be like Ring Magazine and blah blah blah. Son, we called the fight every time. And you're a hypocrite because you will call us out.
Dude, I'm giving you publicity, dude.
Well.
I'm giving you publicity, dude.
Is he doing that?
I'm the only one that tweets out Ringside Reporter all day.
Is he doing that bullshit again?
Well, what he did was he put out a tweet saying that somebody put out a tweet of all the top ranked main events, and they were all like terrible. I mean, there may have been one or two that were okay, but. And he says, are you guys going to be like Ring Magazine and all the other ESPN hacks and not talk about this? Dude, we have been the first to tell everybody when it's bad.
Dude, I didn't just tag you. I tagged like 20 people because I tag like people so they can see the shit. I'm not like saying you need to do it. Yeah. But we should talk about it. Like we should do a video or like a fucking segment or even a show about it. I mean, I'm looking at somebody posted the PBC upcoming schedule. It's not been confirmed. Hurd Williams confirmed. Wilder, Brazil, Harrison, Charlo 2. Severn Pacquiao is going to happen. You're saying it's not going to, but they have to wait because they got Spence and Porter coming up too in September or something. His coach said the other day on ES News.
Yeah,
or August or September. That's what Derek James told Ellie Segnack.
You saw,
confirmed, but it is happening because
you saw the video I did yesterday. How many people called me a PBC fanboy in that chat yesterday?
You PBC fanboy.
I retweeted your video. I put it on my timeline. It's got a. I retweet your stuff. I mean, I just haven't been on Twitter because I was banned for a week. I'm just back now, so I retweeted
it. He's banned for a week. What did he do?
You're banned on Twitter again?
What did he do?
I called it. No, I'm back though. I got like put on probation for 1 week. I couldn't like or share anything.
For what?
I could only DM you.
What did you do again?
What did you do?
Some black dude that works for Steve Kim was fucking telling. I said that Luke Walton was accused of fucking rape by some chick, and I was like, is the media going to cover this shit like Kobe? He was like, oh, that was a totally different thing, and I was like, shut up, you fucking Omarosa motherfucker. And he fucking reported me, and I guess they were fucking banned me or some shit.
What's the matter with you?
I called him Omarosa.
Jason doesn't work and play with others, does he?
Don't you know the terms and conditions? Don't you know the terms?
I work for myself. I have a tendency to just say what I want,
Can't you just be PC?
But did you guys see the Hurd? Did you guys see Charlo Harrison? The Charlo Harrison presser.
I saw snippets of it. I saw snippets of it. It was pretty good.
That was hilarious.
Yeah.
Dude, that's what boxing needs, man. That's what boxing needs.
It's 100% what it needs. I mean, those two are selling the fight.
Yeah,
that's what's awesome. Those two are selling the fight.
I know. Right now, Fox Sports is doing like a whole hour live press conference for Hurd and Williams also, and they're showing the countdown shows and shit. Hurd was at the Washington Redskins. He was at the DC United. Like he's promoting the shit out of that fight over there in Washington. That's badass. And I'm guessing when Tank fights in Baltimore, he'll be doing the same.
Yeah, Fox has taken over where the UFC kind of left off with Fox. with all the promotion shows and everything like that. They've kind of taken the ball and really run with it over there.
And Fox is getting behind the PBC too.
Yeah, they sure are.
Fox is really pushing the PBC.
Have you noticed FoxSports.com has a boxing on the main page, the boxing tab, and as soon as you click on boxing, it's right next to NBA, the main page. A whole section for PBC like UFC used to have. ESPN doesn't have anything like that for boxing. No, it's on the other sports, So check out the Fox Sports main page. Also, do you remember how much Fox used to pay UFC a year for rights? Do you guys remember?
No.
It's like $200 million a year for their content. You know how much they're paying PBC? $60 million, and they're doing similar fucking ratings. Think about what a fucking bargain that is for him. So when they renew their deal, PBC's probably going to get even more budget, and they're going to do more fights, more bigger fights after their 4-year deal on the fucking regular TV. Because right now, $60 million is nothing a year. They should be getting like $100 million or more, and they're still fucking. Fox is saving a lot of money, so this is great for them. That's why they're so behind it. And WWE is coming, and XFL is coming to Fox, right, or something like that.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
NFL league?
Something about that. Yeah, the XFL is coming there.
Imagine if the WWE comes to Fox. That's incredible.
Yeah, the WWE is big. I mean, they're
doing a WWE show. They're doing a WWE show on Fox Sports, right? Fox Sports 1, where they show the PBC show.
Probably.
They're going to have a weekly show or something, like the studio show.
That'd be great.
Yeah, you can watch that with your son, Eric. Come on, don't be hating. Right. You guys love WWE, don't you? My fucking TVs are stuck on Fox Sports 1 ever since PBC went there. Like my TVs are stuck on Fox Sports 1. I don't even watch ESPN anymore.
Did you clean this? Did you clean the screen
TV when you were finished?
Did you clean this? Did you clean the screen off?
I don't have to clean off my screen like you clean off Lois, Beeb. Come on.
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Hey, Beeb, let me ask you a question, man. Is it hard to clean that thing up with plastic? I mean, because the whole thing is like plastic. I mean, is it hard to clean it up?
She's a human.
Use a liquid vacuum. Use a liquid vacuum.
She has feelings. Don't disrespect
He sticks that fucking shark hose in there. And
Enough! Enough!
He uses a shop vac.
It's okay.
What was that strong ass vacuum that Billy Mays used to fucking sponsor always? Remember, he used to show some fucking vacuum they used to pick up the bowling ball. Billy Mays, that cokehead dude. Remember that guy? He used to be nuts. I miss that guy, man. He was fucking nuts.
Yelling at people.
He was a WWE character if you think about it, right? He was a WWE character if you think about it.
For sure. He would come out just yelling, you know what I mean? Just like talking real crazy and like, you know. Oh,
hey, where did you see that? Where did you see that article about DAZN's Financial World website? Can you tell me so I can find it?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me see here.
Did somebody post it on Twitter?
Yeah. Sports Pro Media. Who? Go to sportspromedia.com.
Who posted? Okay, it's not one of those paid sites, is it?
No, you don't even pay for that content.
Some of them are like.
I only pay for DAZN, son.
Oh, who posted it on Twitter? Do you know?
I have no idea.
I don't really see that shit on the main page.
Beeb's blow up doll.
Can you post the article on your page?
I'm gonna make an account called Beeb's blow up doll Lois. I'm gonna put it out there.
Eric, can you post the article on your page?
Yeah, maybe I can retweet it. I can probably retweet it.
But retweet it. Who are you gonna retweet? Tell me who did it so I can just go look at it myself.
I don't know, man. I'm not in front of it right now. I'm a little busy right now doing a show.
Okay, let me list these main events that I was talking shit about from Top Rank here. Here you go. They're fucking atrocious, man. You remember them? You reading them? Komi Chinev. Main event Kovalev was on ESPN Plus. So they're putting Komi Chinev on the TV. Yeah, stupid as hell. Right, fucking Ramirez Zapata, Brandt, Bayasangurov, Pulev Dinu, Grozek, Nagumbu. Better be a Kolosnik. That was last week, right? Berchel Vargas, too. That's a good one. Herring Ito. That's going to be fucking another suspects. Herring and Ito. Valdez and Sanchez. I don't know who they are, but Valdez needs to fucking step it up.
That was a good fight, too.
I guess he's still worried about his jaw that I don't know. I don't see any fucking good fights.
Someone said.
What about Hurt saying that?
What happened?
He says Lois is feeling a bit deflated right now.
Just leave her alone, everybody. Leave her alone.
Did you guys see what Mauricio Suleiman said about Eddie? He said, Eddie's the king of double standards, and
I told him.
He said we're trying to make Dylan White versus Tyson Fury for the final eliminator, and they haven't sent the paperwork back.
Shouldn't be.
I don't think White wants to fight Fury either.
Shouldn't be any final eliminator.
There should be. Why not?
Listen, Dylan White.
He hasn't fought anybody. Who has he fought?
He's been ranked number one.
Doesn't matter.
He's been ranked number one.
Who has he fought?
This guy's been ranked number one since Bill Clinton was president, for Christ's sakes.
He hasn't fought anybody, babe. He fought Hellenius and fucking washed up Parker, who doesn't fight. Who doesn't do shit.
Why do they rank him number one?
Huh?
Then why do they rank him number one?
Who cares? I never look at the rankings. I don't care about that shit.
Right, but the point is, he's ranked number one.
Why is Brazil the mandatory? Who did he fight?
Brazil's been the mandatory for like a year. He fought.
Why?
Salute to Notorious VC.
He's with PBC. It's the in-house fight. Come on, no? That's how it works. Why do you think Jose Ramirez got the Doug Regis fucking prograde? Why didn't that fight happen? Well, I mean, that's what happens. Regis took another route, and fucking Jose fought whoever he fought, and he hasn't fucking fought Regis. It's been like 3 fights, and he's got another fight coming up, you know? That's what it is. I mean, remember when Vlad came back after like a 2-year retirement and after a loss, and WBA made that shit a title fight? Eric, how did that happen? Can you explain that?
No, I can't. I told you, I'm not a big fan of the WBA.
That's what Mauricio said to Boxing Social. He said Eddie Hearn is the king of double standards. When it happens for his fighter, it's okay. Right. But when it's happened for somebody else, he's all fucking crying like a little bitch, you know? So that's why I don't really appreciate that. And that Boxing Social guy told Mauricio, he said, when I was with Luke Campbell, when he heard he has to fight Loma, he was gutted. He was like, gutted. He should be proud. He's fighting the best fighter. Luke Campbell's about to get fucked up. It's a total mismatch.
Son. He's getting murked.
Jesus. Dude, Boxing Social said that Luke was gutted. He was like, why is he gutted? He should be proud. He's fighting the best out there.
He's going to be proud to take
that was so funny. That was fucking hilarious.
That interview
was probably a winnable fight for Campbell, right?
That interview was nuts.
He finally let it loose because Eddie's been going out there talking shit about WBC for like fucking 6 months. So he finally let it out. That's good, no? He put his foot down. He's like, "Fuck you, dude."
Which is the stupidest thing to do. Talk shit about a sanctioned body like that when you're trying to get your fighters fights.
Right.
Nobody does that. Aram doesn't do. Aram might take a little shot here and there, but he doesn't fucking constantly badger them on YouTube like every day. No. That's what Eddie does, you know. So they probably got tired of it.
No.
And he said, it's a board, right? So they have 4 or 5 people that voted that Loma is the guy we would rather give the chance to. I would do the same if I was on the board. Who would you rather have fight for your belt, Loma or fucking Campbell and Haney? Who's going to be making money? Who's going to be in the bigger events? Loma.
He's the next Floyd Mayweather. Dogman even said so.
Fuck that. He's good, dude. He's fighting in fucking Maryland in front of 3,000 people next. I mean, come on. Loma's going to be fighting 20,000 in the UK. Come on, now.
Hey,
it's common sense right there.
Dogman said he was the best man on DAZN. He's the next Floyd Jr. That's what he said. Got to believe him.
Who's that? Dogman? Who's that?
Yeah.
Haney's not. Dude, Haney's not even as good as Teofimo. Haney's not even as good as Teofimo. Dogman is a crack or whatever. He's not even as good as Teofimo.
Oh, stop.
Tank would knock Haney out. And Tank's not even a 130-pound pounder. Tank was beating him up in the fucking Mayweather gym on sparring. It was on video. They took it down. Because his dad got fucking pissed.
Do you put much stock into sparring?
Not at all.
I don't put any.
I do because the gloves are bigger. I do.
Yeah, the gloves are bigger. I forgot.
It's harder.
I'll have you know, Robbie knocked me down in sparring 22. One time. That doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, Robbie.
Where's Robbie? Where's Robbie at?
He knocked me down in sparring one time. That doesn't mean anything.
Stripped you, son. You remember that when he hit you? He hit you.
Where's Robbie at?
Too, and you just fell.
I staggered into the ropes and I had to take a knee.
That's it.
Kid's fast.
He told you should weave. You ain't want to listen. You want to do things your own way. That's what happened.
Where's the third wheel? Where's Robbie?
Oh, that's cold-blooded. No, it was just a quick show. He's not on. He's usually not on in the quick shows.
He took a personal day today.
He's
got a lot of. He's got a lot of time accumulated. So Lois was checking his accumulated time. And
are you guys gonna do a post-fight show after Harrison and Williams and Hurd this weekend?
I don't know.
That's when you get the most views. Post-fight views. Post-fight. Yeah, dude, it'll be over early, 10 p.m., 10:30.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. I don't know. I'm not sold on it yet.
Fox main event started at 8 p.m. So the undercard will be like 6 to 8 on Fox Sports 1.
There you go.
That's what's good about BBC. You can be done by 11. Wait for fucking 1 o'clock to watch Grozdik versus Nagombo in Philadelphia. Fuck that.
That's the one I want to see. That's the one I want to see, son.
Oh my god, that was pain. That was painful.
I know. What? Dude, that guy was crumpled. That guy didn't even look right when he fucking stepped in the ring. It was weird.
That was crazy.
That's what people like Eric in the business call Top Rank has the best matchmakers. Quote. That's what they call best matchmaking because they know how to pick the fucking worst bumps from weird ass random countries.
You yelled out every one of those Top Rank fights, barn burners. Every single one.
Yeah.
All good fights.
Fuck you, dude. They make the worst fights, and people like Steve Kim and Eric go around saying that's called good matchmaking. I mean, I don't even know what that means.
That's how they do.
That just means that Eric fucking controls the media that means Eric controls the media like fucking Israel controls all the fucking American media. It's just all the.
Whoa! What I tell you about that? Like
the Rothschild owned everything. Rothschild owned all the media. It's that same shit.
Racism to the show.
Do not bring.
That's why you got banned. That's why you got banned from Twitter.
Do not bring your
anti-Semitism. It's facts. It's facts.
Do not bring your anti-Semitism here, please.
Yeah.
There are Jewish people that say the same stuff too. I'm not me. I'm on.
Oh my God! He
continues their stuff.
He continues with the anti-Semitism. Doesn't know. Gonna lose us. Gonna lose us.
Steve Kim does anti-blackism every day, and he gets a job at ESPN. Why can't I fucking say it? I don't have a fucking.
Does not.
No, he
does.
Kim is
does. Yeah, he does. Makes black jokes, and when some black guy comments on his post, he's like, "Okay, dog. Like, what? Who does shit like that? I mean, come on, man. You know what that's about. He grew up in fucking Chinatown in fucking L.A. During the fucking L.A. riots, so we know where that racism comes from. His parents' gas station probably got robbed and looted or some shit. And that's what happened. Come on.
This guy hates Steve.
But everybody hit the like button, guys.
Why are you so jealous that Steve
Everybody
got that job?
And follow Champ Life Boxing. And follow Kobe_B on Twitter. Everybody.
Champ Life Boxing blocked him on his YouTube channel, and he's shouting him out.
No, not YouTube, Twitter, because I called him a Trump fan addict or something. He got mad.
Blocked on Twitter, so you get blocked on Twitter.
He's telling people to follow
Life
something.
on Twitter blocks him.
And he's shouting him out.
You got to rethink things.
No,
and he's shouting him out.
Only people that block me are like fucking Steve Kim and fucking Montero and shit. People like that.
Champ Life Boxing.
Just people like that.
But he's got a good
Champ Life Boxing. Champ Life Boxing.
Champ Life is a snowflake, but he's got good content. So I'll just shout him out. Champ Life Boxing goes up to him.
Can't imagine why he blocked you.
He is Yeah, but Trump's a snowflake too. Trump's the biggest snowflake. I mean, all these guys love him, think he's fucking some strong man, but he's the biggest snowflake. He's always crying about Hillary and shit.
The president.
Did you guys read that New York Times story about his taxes? Eric, did you read that story about New York Times the other day?
Jesus Christ.
I'd rather talk about Game of Thrones. All right, Jason, we're going to run. We got one more call, and that's it.
All right, guys. Oh, did you see Wilder on?
Yeah, we saw it.
Fucking guy, man. He's out of control.
He's insane, man. What in the world? What is he? How does he go on Twitter and get banned? It's not like the first time he's been banned on Twitter.
The guy blocks him and he gives him a shout out.
Right, like
what the fuck is that about?
Dude, the guy blocked you. He clearly blocked. And I see him going back and forth in the chat. The guy was like, "Oh, I can't, bring you back on for another month." Dude, it's been a month. Listen, just take the hint, take the L, man. He's like that dude who gets stood up on a date, or like the girl doesn't call him back, and he keeps calling. You know what I mean? He just keeps calling because he's got to know. He's got to.
Hey man, I'm sorry, man. There's no chemistry here.
Right. That's what he's got to hear. Give
it some time. I'll grow on you.
Right.
You'll learn to like me. You'll learn to like me.
That's it. I grow on people. Come on, it's okay. That's him.
Give me another chance. I'm telling you. I won't take you to Jack in the Box this time. I'll take you to a nice place. I'll take you to Pizza Hut next time.
I'll take you someplace fancy like White Castles,
All right. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna splurge. I promise you. We'll go to Dairy Queen.
You can get anything on the menu. From the dollar portion, of course.
Oh, God.
Georgie.
1, 2, 3. The crew is called Georgie.
No intro.
No,
What happened,
people? Not on the weekday shows. Not on the weekday shows.
We on
All right,
budget,
hold
bro.
on.
Oh, my God. Give him his intro.
I'm going to.
Jesus
From
Christ.
this day, you'll be my new fool.
There we go.
Jesus
Georgie's
Christ.
the only one.
There you
Georgie's the only
go,
one that
baby
gets the intro
boy.
this week.
Jesus Christ.
Gotta get our intro here, baby. Keep the morale up.
Keep
People
it
gonna start talking about this industry, and then they're gonna say we're on budget. Can't have that. Listen, everybody out there, smash that motherfucking like button.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking
Hit
low
that like
energy.
button.
Where the fuck Robbie at?
No. Oh, no. It's a quick show. Usually a quick show.
Where's
you
Robbie?
just throw it together. He's more on planned shows.
Can't have no show without Robbie! Robbie! No, I gotta talk to my boy Robbie, man. Gotta talk to my boy Robbie. Definitely calling on Sunday. We have a lot to discuss. These goddamn fucking mafias, man. Sick of it. Yo, you heard fucking Mauricio Suleiman talking shit?
Yeah?
Talking about how fucking AJ got some type of fucking clause or fucking loophole. Some type of fucking... How this man concoct this fucking shit? What type of fucking wizard, fucking voodoo, demonic fucking forces this motherfucker gotta fucking come out with to come out with that bullshit after all these fucking years? Now he wanna seem like he's the good guy trying to make it happen. That's some bullshit or what? What's up with that hypocrisy, beef?
Hey, man.
Beef!
Hey, man. I'm not getting involved in the soap operas.
What you gotta say, Eric? What you gotta say about that?
What's a nice place to eat in Boston, Georgie? Beeb needs to find Lois a restaurant.
Davio's is the shit.
What's
when I talk about the WBC Mafia, what the fuck, Eric? Let them know, baby. Let them know we're coming for them.
The WBC
Can run this travesty
Mafias.
forever.
Get out of here, the WBC Mafias.
Hello, can you
No
hear
such
me?
thing is the WBC Mafia.
What are you doing? What are you running from the cops? What are you doing?
It's almost like Saturday.
Oh, shit. I lost you for a second with the traffic. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Hello?
traffic.
We can hear you. We can hear
We
you.
can hear you. Go.
Oh, okay. So I lost you. Listen, man. Just try to keep it real with this WBC situation, man. I'm sick of them. They make no sense. I mean, what type of fucking... This is counterintelligence? Or what? Hello?
Jason said you must be riding in the back of a pickup. Getting picked up.
Everybody press 1 to put Jason on timeout. Son of a bitch.
Everybody press 1 if they want Jason in timeout.
ASAP as soon as possible. Make him pay for all that fucking cheerleading that he does. Listen, what's up with that tournament then? They're throwing that with fucking Manny, Thurman.
Oh, Thurman. I don't know.
Official.
Now, Pacquiao's announced that it's not official. Pacquiao's announced that he's fighting in October. I'm not 100% sure that he's going to fight Thurman next. I don't know. I think it's awful suspicious that he's not mentioning Thurman's name or anybody's name. So that's what kind of leads me to believe that he may not be fighting Thurman. Now, whether he does or doesn't, I don't know. But Yeah, he hasn't mentioned.
Man, I hope he happens. I hope he happens, because I just want to hear how fucking Jason gonna come here, cheerleading, saying how fucking Thurman pack up a fucking, I don't know, the Dallas Stadium or some shit. Because we know who's gonna bring all the fucking fans out.
Yeah.
We already know. But somehow these numbers get flipped fucking to fit every type of fucking lyrics. I just don't get it. Anyways, gotta move on with my negativity somewhere. Got shit to do. Everybody support the channel. Donate. Hit the like button.
Yeah.
And I'm out until Sunday.
All right, Georgie. The people's champ, Georgie. Love it. All right, guys. That about does it. That's the news for this week. Join us on Sunday, where we have our show at 7 o'clock. We'll be reviewing all the fights this weekend. We'll also be previewing the fights for next weekend, which includes the Inoue fight. And that's I tell you what, man, I cannot wait for the Inoue fight, Beeb. That is. I'm
excited about that.
And there's another big fight. I can't remember who's the other big fight next week? The 18th, the week of the 18th or whatever that we're going to be previewing. It's another big fight, but the one I can't wait for is the Inoue fight, man. I cannot wait.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
That's the fight I'm most looking forward to. So Wilder, Wilder's fighting next week. How did I forget that?
I don't know.
Not this week, but next week, the 18th or whatever. But yeah, man, that's Wilder and Brazil. But I'm more excited about the Inoue fight, man. See if this guy is for real.
It's gonna be interesting, isn't it?
It's funny. We say that every time he fights. Let's see if he's for real, and he knocks the guy out. You're like, well, maybe I don't know. Yeah.
Shows us something different every time.
Every time, man. Payano, when he iced Payano, boy, that was what made me a believer.
That McDonald fight too. I thought that was gonna be a good fight, and it wasn't.
Yeah, right.
What was that? Was that a second round knockout?
Something like that. He iced McDonald. And I tell you right now, I didn't expect that, and I surely didn't expect it from Payano. I was like, okay, maybe the McDonald fight was a fluke. Now you're saying, all right, maybe the Payano fight was a fluke too. A lot of flukes, man. That's a
lot of flukes.
A lot of flukes, son. All right. So anyway, join us on Sunday, and if any breaking news happens, make sure to tune in, and we'll have it on here, and we'll be doing a show and let you know about it live. So until
don't forget the T-shirts.
Yeah. So
the T-shirts.
On Beeb's Twitter account, and I've retweeted them also. That you can get Ringside Reporter T-shirts, and we'll have ours shortly, so we'll show you what they look like and everything like that. And we can't wait.
I'll put the link in the description box for you guys with the Mega Fit meals. Don't forget to check out the Mega Fit meals too.
For sure.
The meal delivery service. Don't forget, and the Mega Fit meals link and the T-shirt link will be in the description box. So pick up a T-shirt.
Yeah, and don't forget, and all that stuff helps us out too. I mean, when you order T-shirts and stuff like that, and all that stuff helps us out. I mean, any little bit helps. So that's all good, man.
We're trying to
keep the show free and all that other good stuff.
We're trying to improve the production, and we're going to try to keep adding things to the show to make it better for you guys. So
right, for sure. All right, guys, we will see you Sunday. Until then, we'll talk to you soon.